Okay, so last week on Threads, somebody went viral for posting about their Honda HR-V 2021 car, owed the bank 77,000 ringgit, but only got offered 49,000 ringgit from Kasim. So I'm going to take the opportunity to dissect the numbers behind this case and see what are the lessons that we can learn in terms of how do we budget the financing of our cars. So to start with, now, how that person ended up with 77,000 ringgit balance after paying for 4 years, the only explanation was that he or she borrowed at least 100,000 ringgit, and that meant taking a 90% loan spread over 9 years, which is about right because the HR-V's brand new car price at that time, depending on the variant that you choose, would have been about 110 to 115,000 ringgit if they choose the mid to high spec models, right? So 9% loan over 9 years and assume about 3.5%. They would have taken about 100,000 loan and you pay. By now, you would be left with about 70 odd thousand ringgit. So the question is, right now, what's available for that person? What are the options? So I did a quick check on Mudah and Carlist, and used car values for the 2021 HR-V, depending on variant, ranges anywhere from 58 to about 75,000 ringgit. Okay, but realistically, my expectation is that this car, in today's market, you want to transact fast, you are looking at selling it at about 65 to 68 if you are lucky, which means that his or her option to sell it would be to do it herself. Because 49,000 ringgit from Kasim is, in my opinion, that's about the ballpark, right? If I were a used car dealer, okay, looking at the current market conditions, maybe I would offer slightly higher. Maybe I would offer thereabouts of 50 plus 50, somewhere between 50 and 55. So some may say 49 is on the low side, but yeah, even if you go to the used car dealer, right, best shot, you're looking at 50 to 55. If he or she were to hand the car to me and ask me to sell for her, the likelihood is that the car will transact between 65 to 68 and she will be getting back somewhere in the region of 62 or 63,000 ringgit, right? If she sells it herself entirely, she'll get back about 65, 68, right? Maybe 64 if you deduct all the expenses needed. Those are the solutions available for him or her right now, or just continue paying the loan. That or top up a bit more, okay, every month but I'm assuming that person put this post up, decide to sell the car because they're looking actually to reduce their commitment. So asking them to top up, probably not going to work for them. But the only option on the table right now is to find a way to fill that gap or to reduce that gap between what they owe and what they can get from the car. Because even at best case scenario, even if they sell at the top end of the price, right, you're still looking to top up easily at least between 3 to 5,000 ringgit minimum. But 10 is more realistic. So those are the solutions available for you. But taking lessons from this, right now, if you are in a position of buying a car, or if you are to send this person back in time to 2021, in hindsight, what would have been a better decision? And I did some calculations, all right, using my car budgeting AI tool. In order for him or her to finance a car in such a way that she would have been able to walk away without having to top up anything, the safest option for her back then would have been to finance the car no more than 75 or 80,000 ringgit. She stretched it over a 9-year loan over the same interest rate of 3%. By now, she would have paid off until the balance is about between 45 to 50,000 ringgit. In this instance, yes, she sent the car to Kasim. Kasim offered her 49, but she could have just let go of the car and not have to top up extra money. Now, if she had taken a loan of thereabouts of 85 to 90,000 ringgit, what would the reality be is that by now, she would have paid off at least down to about the high 60s And if let's say if she were to hand the car to me today, I help her sell, after deducting all my fees and whatnot, she would have been left with just enough to clear the loan. Maybe top up a bit more. So the lesson that we can learn here, okay, and it's something that I've said before, now I have a case study to back me up, it's that you want to put a bigger down payment up front so that at any point in time, if your cash flow tightens, if let's say you lose your job, you have that option of letting your car go without having to incur extra expenses. That is a form of freedom that you want to always keep in reserve, because you may intend to keep the car for long, but you just don't know when life will deal you a bad card, and you want to be prepared for it. What if there was a way where, if I could go back in time and advise this person, my guideline, go and check Moody's, what is a 2-year-old HRV selling for today, and put enough down payment so that your loan does not exceed the resale value of a 2-year-older car. Now, of course, I don't have the data of how much a 2019 HRV would have been worth in 2021, but following normal HRV patterns, right? The HRV would have depreciated about 20 something percent. So let's just say she put down 20% down payment. Okay, what this means is that today she would be left with about maybe 60 over 1,000 ringgit of loan. Okay, in which means that the custom offer would still not be good enough for her, but she has the option of selling her car by a consignment basis. That's why I would say that when it comes to financing your car purchase, right, if you want to take a loan to purchase your car, always, once again, monthly installments not more than 15 or 20% of your current income, net income after deducting all your commitments. And number two, put a big enough down payment to cover the first 2 or 3 years of your car's depreciation. All right, and how do you check that is, go to Muda, go to Carlist, check the resale value of something 2 or 3 years older, and don't borrow more than what those cars are worth, or what you expect those cars to be worth 2 or 3 years down the road. Because the idea behind this is that you want to give your loan balance a strong head start ahead of its race against depreciation. So those are my thoughts on this subject. Let me know, what do you think? And I'm curious especially to know, those of you other HRV owners, right, in a similar position, if you own a 2021 HRV right now, how much do you still owe the bank? If you are to sell the car today, can you do so without having to top up money, or do you have money to take back? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next video.